boy, stop being lazy. Yeah, and I became creative. And I learned how to create it. And now that pride's for me. So come see. Oh, come eat.
Welcome to the Quicksilver Reaction, the Silver Line Quicksilver Reaction. I'm your host, Sterlington. This is your host, Cameron, and we're coming to you after the Falcons' quite hurtful and abusive 23-20 loss at home on the week 1 of the NFL season to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That was a lot of game to watch. I think I got a lot of emotions about it. But before I get into all of my personal emotions as a proper host, I ask my guest or my co-host what he thinks. Cam, go ahead and get it off your chest, man. How you feeling about this loss today?
I'll just say this, just speaking as a fan. If you invest emotionally, if you invest a lot emotionally into this team, I would suggest finding different outlets because they just gonna let you down, man. And you just setting yourself up for failure. Don't get me wrong, I still love my boys no matter what. I love my dirty birds. But man, dude, do they find a way to kick you in the nuts, dude?
A new way every time, man.
Every time, dude. Every time we find a way to snatch victory from the jaws. We find a way to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory every time. Every time, man.
And you know what? You know what's funny about that too? It wouldn't be so bad if sometimes if they just lost. If I could just cut the game off early and enjoy it, mentally get to the place where I'm enjoying the rest of my Sunday. But instead, they really get you invested and get you feeling like they're about to win before they lose in such a way that feels like it's their fault, right? So when the other team just outplays you or when the ref screws you, that's one feeling. But the feeling you get when you think the Falcons are gonna win and then they lose and they lose because of something they did wrong, it feels that much worse, right? This is a game that, it ended with a missed 44-yard field goal from Younghoe Koo, and there was a point in time in his career where that would have been automatic. I don't want to overreact to one game, but I don't think I'm overreacting to one game. I think based off of what we saw last year and what we saw in this game, with Koo having that, it was a field goal, right? Not an extra point. It was a field goal that he doinked in, and then the game tying field goal he shanked to the right, and from the left to the right too. Not even like from right to right. He shanked it from left to right, so he crossed the entire path of the field goal bars parameters to go outside. And I'm just thinking to myself, this reminds me so much of the first year that the Steelers won the Super Bowl with Bill Cowher as coach and Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback and Jerome Bettis' last year in the league. I can't remember the year, so that's why I'm naming those things. So for people who are familiar with that time period in football, I took you right back there. But Mike Vander, the Colts, they forced a fumble, they recovered it, it ran it back. Big Ben got a tackle, they got in field goal range, and to tie the game, they needed Mike Vanderjagt, the most accurate kicker of all time at that point, to hit a relatively easy field goal to make to take it to overtime, and he shanked it, and he was never the same after. He was never the same after, and I fear Koo has gone the way of Vanderjagt. He had a rough year last year. And he's come out here in this first game, and he has not looked good. I can't believe that we starting this rapid reaction, this Quicksilver reaction, with us talking about Koo. and us
No,
thinking
I
that
agree,
maybe
man.
his career's over, man. Like I don't think that this dude has recovered from last year based off of what we saw. And I would not be shocked if I think that he gonna just linger with these types of problems. Like, I don't want to say it, but he got the Y word. And for those who don't know, you're not supposed to mention it. That's why I call it the Y word. But for those not in the know, the Y word is the yips. I'm not gonna go into too much detail about it. I'm not necessarily superstitious, but I don't want to tempt fate. So you're gonna have to Google what the yips is on your own if you are unfamiliar. But if you are familiar, you didn't want me to say that just now because you know in your heart of hearts that you think that shit true. That Cool has the Y word. And I don't think he's gonna recover with us. He had all off season. He just won a kicking competition. If he is week one, if he wasn't already confident, I don't think it's getting any better.
No, I agree, man. You you nailed it. You mentioned the point where throughout that game, he that extra point and doinked in. I had the complete opposite reaction. I was like, oh, this is an omen because that could have easily doinked out. Easily could have doinked out, but it doinked in. All right, you know what? Fate is
And,
on our
and,
side.
and to be fair, that's like the first time. Not
Exactly.
the
And
first
that's
time
why I
I've
thought
ever
it
seen
was.
that happen for us.
And that's why I was like, oh, Cool got a lucky bounce now, too. Bad.
Yeah.
Say less. Money making Cool got a lucky bounce now. All right. And then the kick. Yeah, you made a very good point. It's gotten to a point where when he goes out there, I'm like, it's 50-50. And when he is making kicks, I'm like, it's barely hooked. They're barely hooking in.
The more confident I feel, the shakier I get. Because I'm like, oh yeah, 3 points. And I'm like, wait a minute.
And you know
I'm
what the
way
worst
too
part is?
confident. Something's about to go wrong.
And you know what the worst part is?
No.
If Cool had a big leg, you could at least maybe look past some of these kicks and like, you know what? Yeah, he's missing a few, but at least he got a big leg. At least he can hit from 65.
That's right. When
Cool
you
don't
need
even
it.
got a big leg. Cool struggles from anything 55 out. Actually, I'll take that back. He's hit a couple. I'm gonna put respect on his name. He's hit a couple.
57 out.
Yeah, I'd say anything 58 out.
Yeah, anything that's actually long, like, all right, even in the pros, this is far.
Yeah, like he can hit 58, but anything past 58, he ain't got it.
That's house money. You didn't know he was gonna do that. You just happy he did.
He ain't got it. He ain't
Yeah.
got that. So like, yeah, he don't even got a big leg, and I'm just like, at this point, I kind of think we got to cut our laws. Granted, it's week one,
It is week
but
one.
hey, every game matters, and this was an ample opportunity to get a dub, and we squandered it by missing the kick. But also, I don't want to just put this all on Young Wei
I was just about to transition us to the rest of the things we did to lose this game. Go ahead.
because we can also talk about the play right before that.
Yep.
Kadera Hodge, and I like Kadera Hodge because
I love
Kadera Hodge
Hodge.
is
One of my breakout candidates.
Kadera Hodge is, I call him, AKA Mr. Stay Ready, Don't Got to Get Ready. Because when his moment has been called, Kadera Hodge has answered. But in this particular case, he was open. He turned his head and the ball was already there. Like he missed that one. He missed that. That was a good throw. He missed that one.
It was clear he wasn't expecting to get the ball.
But
he knew that he was in for Drake London.
Given the situation,
he knew he was running a clear out. And despite the fact that the game on the goddamn line, it's hard to turn that part of your brain off that gets a little too comfortable. Just with the mundane thinking to yourself, hey, I'm not about to get this ball. I'm just about to run my clear out, and whatever happened, and I'm moved to the sideline, and it's on the kicking team. And it's like, no, Penix threw it to you.
And the thing is,
and it dropped right in front of him. And he didn't even have his arms up for it.
You're saying that, and I'm thinking, why would you think it's not coming to me? There's 9 seconds on the clock. Where else would the ball be going? It's not going across the middle.
Play.
It's
you
not
can't
going
lock
across
the fuck
the middle.
in for one
We're
play.
not running. The ball's not going across the middle. We're not running it. Where else could the ball be going? You can only do end zone shots. You can only do end zone shots with 9 seconds on the clock.
I mean, maybe you can run like something to the out to the boundary, but I'm just like I try to think about the fact that he tied up, but I'm like, nah, the timing of a play, the mental clock, and look, maybe it's because I don't play as a pro. Maybe when you play as a pro, your mental clock is different. But as a viewer, my mental clock said balls coming now. We watch a lot of football. It's it's certain routes that when they thrown, you like it's coming down now, and he didn't even get his head around in time. I know the guy. There was some contact, but that shouldn't throw off the clock to even look and attempt on that catch because honestly, it would have probably been a touchdown. Um. So I guess it's time to talk about the rest of the game because wow, what a fucking game. So one, I want to point out that I predicted the Falcons loss as like, let me stay negative because the Falcons can't handle success. We gotta bet on them to lose negative for something good to happen. And it was like, oh, nah. When you positive, negative shit happen. And when you negative, negative shit happen. And I predicted them losing a close one and a heartbreaker by them missing a 2 point conversion and losing by 2 points. And it was like, wow, we didn't miss the 2 point conversion. We just missed a pretty easy field goal. In the stadium, I believe that has the highest kicker accuracy of all 32 stadiums, and the home kicker, who kicks here all the time, who kicks here more than any other kicker, seems to not be able to do that in crunch time, and it cost us. And so I'm looking at the rest of the game, um, and I guess now that we offer Young Way as the scapegoat, I guess our next scapegoat is Zach Robinson.
He ain't getting
Um,
away from these lashes.
he not, man. I felt like um again, this was another game in all of his games, not even just this year, but last year, where I looked at it and I'm like, he doesn't have any intentionally explosive plays. We had the 50-yard touchdown to Bijan Robinson, but that wasn't a down the field play. That was, it was, Bijan getting the ball off of a play action play, which, I guess, I got to give points for him running more play action, but he ran a play action play. He threw it to Bijan, and Bijan made a guy miss. Great blocking downfield by Pitts and Washington. Good job on those guys. And Bijan making other guys miss, and then we scored a touchdown. But outside of that one play, we didn't really have any explosive plays. We didn't have anything intentionally explosive. Like even with the Bucks, they had a play where they missed on it, where Baker Mayfield missed a wide open Cade Otton that could have been a touchdown. And we didn't even have any plays like that. And I feel like since Zach Robinson's been here, we haven't had any plays where we had a guy streaking open downfield because a play that you call fooled or forced a bust coverage, right? So there's that. But then also situational play calling. Some of his play calls I was not on board with. The fourth down in the second quarter that turned out to be pretty huge that the Falcons missed, and it turned the momentum of the game. The Bucks then went on to score a touchdown to go ahead, take their first. Was it the first lead of the game? No, no, no. It was their second lead of the game. Whatever. Um, I did not agree with the idea of all right. We haven't run it successfully up the middle all game. Their best run defender is up the middle all game. And yeah, let's just go ahead and run our running back up against the worst matchup his O line has, which is Ryan Newsel versus Vita Vea. That's the worst matchup you could go against on your O line. And yeah, on fourth down, that's what I'm gonna bet on. That's
Yeah,
what
dude, it was.
that's what I'm gonna put the game on. I'm gonna put the game on the matchup of Vita Vea versus Ryan Newsel. That's what he said he was going to do now. That's what he said he was going to do. And I'm like, what are you doing, Zach? What are you doing, Zach? And then there was a third down early in the game where we throw a wide receiver screen to Drake London. What are you doing, Zach?
Dude, I have had it with the wide receiver screens, dude. Dude, his play calling is getting so bad. Even the commentators were calling it out. The commentators were saying, "Hey, I don't like some of these play calls. These were bad plays, dude. I'm over it, dude. I've had it with this pistol. The only pistol I like is Pistol Pete. That's the only one I like.
Hey, hold on. Hawks legend, Pistol Pete. For those of you
Exactly.
who not in the know, Pistol Pete, Hawks
I've
legend. I
had
got
it
Hawks
with this
shirt on.
dude. I'm like,
It's
I'm
frustrating, man.
it's
Look, it's
frustrating, dude.
frustrating.
Our offense was stale, bro. Our offense was like stale bread out there, bro.
It
Had no
was.
moisture, had no sauce, bro. Our offense had no sauce, bland, tasteless, dude. Couldn't not a single bit of shake and bake in it. Not a lick of shake and bake in that offense, bro. Except Bijan, but he had to manufacture his own. Nothing manufactured by Zach Robinson.
Yeah.
Dude, the players are creating the sauce. The chef ain't doing nothing.
The chef ain't cooking shit, man. Like,
I've had
look,
enough of this,
it's
bro. I
like
knew from the rip. Two rookie play callers off the rip, bro. Off the rip, dude. Jimmy Lake was a mistake, and right now Zach Robinson is looking like a mistake too. I don't know why people were so quick to crown him. Granted, it's week 1, but hey, this is game 18 for Zach. This is game 18.
This is game 18.
And it ain't looking good, bro. His resume with us ain't looking the best.
It ain't looking the best, man.
Like, bro, all right, we could talk about our defense. And like, in my opinion, I think, yeah, we struggle with the run a little bit. We definitely struggle with containing QB scrambles.
Yeah.
But hey, our defense made plays when it mattered, and I think our defense had a pretty solid game. Our offense, I think this loss is on the offense and special teams.
I think it's hard not to look at the offense and special teams because of how much meat was left on the bone. I think the defense, they gave up plays, but they didn't do anything that in our preview episode we didn't discuss beforehand, right? We knew they were going to give us some yards on the ground. That's just how this defense built. Would they get a lot of penetration? So sometimes they're going to get negative plays. They're going to get the other team's offense behind schedule. But because they get a lot of penetration and they don't have any true nose tackle that stops run, sometimes we're going to give up some big plays. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the team going to hit a trap play and they're going to wall off a guy penetrating and they're going to get upfield. It's going to happen. But I feel like they more or less pretty consistently got pressure. Coverage could have been better, but I don't have Baker Mayfield's final stat line, but for most of the game, he was 50% completion percentage on pass. Now he missed some wide open ones, but ultimately I saw a lot of good plays from the secondary. I saw a lot of good plays out of Xavier Watts when the go ahead shot him out. Xavier Watts was the most impactful rookie, I believe, that I saw this game. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him some props. Xavier Watts was great in coverage. Jesse Bates made some plays.
Billy Bowman too.
AJ Terrell was in on a few pass breakups.
Oh, absolutely. AJ Terrell played well. Billy Bowman Jr. had a couple plays.
Yeah. Now Mike Hughes kind of got, he got hurt on a few plays, a few clutch plays.
Unfortunately,
it was unfortunate because I didn't feel like, Mike Hughes was a bozo out there. But
yeah, even that last play when he scored a touchdown, like it was decent coverage.
It was
just a better ball.
They just knew they knew who to go to though.
Yeah,
And that's basically what the fear was ultimately, that even though Hughes didn't play bad this game, I feel like teams look at AJ Terrell, they look at Hughes, and they know who they're going at. When the chips are on the line, they know they're going at Mike Hughes instead of AJ Terrell.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's good for AJ. That makes sense. And that would have been foolish to keep going at him. But they look. The Bucks not operating with a full deck. We're gonna play some other teams that are later this year. And two, maybe that happened, but we are gonna have to depend on Hughes in other games. And so, you would like to see him have a better performance in some of them games. So that's just what that is. Um, Back to the offense real quick. Shout out to Elijah Wilkins, um, being what we hoped he would be. Right? We knew going into this game, whoever the right tackle was, they wouldn't be able to do what Caleb McGarry does. We already knew that. So at that point, it becomes all right. Just don't get the quarterback killed.
Yeah.
Elijah Wilkinson did that. You know what I'm saying? He did not have an easy assignment today. But he made a nice account of himself.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to go ahead and shout out Elijah Wilkinson. Hopefully he can maintain that until Storm Norton's gets back. Um, Hopefully we can figure out this run game. 'Cause that's another thing. It's time to jump on Zach Robinson about. Um, Bro, we were kind of predictable. It got pretty predictable to me that okay, if Charlie Warner goes in motion, he gonna lead you right to the ball. They gonna motion him. He gonna run operate as a fullback, and he gonna lead you straight to the ball. Now there were plays where in the beginning when I started out in the first half, that was good. You know what I'm saying? That was creative way of creating a lead blocker on a lead play. But when you run that play so many times, and I at home, a non-NFL personnel person, can start to identify, oh, Warner gonna lead you straight to the ball. Hell, I noticed the commentators noticed too. And I was like, damn, I feel like people gonna hear that and be like, oh, he's just quoting the commentator. I'm like, no, I noticed it early because like we kept doing it. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, all right, well, here we go. More predictable shit. Because the issue that we had in week 1 of last year, when we talk about Zach Robinson and his play calling, was at some point his play calling has very obvious tells, right? So the first last year it was pistol. That mean we running it, and shotgun mean we throwing it, right? And this year Charlie want to go in motion. You know, I not 100% of the time because I saw a couple of times Warner went in motion and then it was a throw, it was a route, but for the most part, if it was a run play and Warner went in motion, well, no, not for the most part. Now, when it was a run play, if Warner went in motion, 100% of the time that led you to the ball. And I'm just like, yo, Zach, these are NFL guys. They're gonna know when after they're gonna notice after a while that you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. You see what I'm saying? So it's frustrating, bro. It's frustrating. Um, Anybody you want to shout out in this game?
Um, I think you hit on everybody. I'm kind of already on a week 2.
I want to shout out Penix a little bit. Young quarterback, 4th start ever. Just under 300 yards passing. For the most part, he was pretty good. I didn't feel like he threw anything in harm's way. Um, I felt like with the rough and the passer calls, it was touchy. That shit helped us. It hurt us when it was the other way around. But ultimately, when the game was on the line, Penix used his legs, got us a couple of really huge plays with that 4th down. That was originally called a fumble on the field, and then it was called short when it wasn't a fumble, and then it turned out to be a first down, and then the rushing touchdown to put the Falcons ahead. Um, Sorry, I'm upset about this game because it was right there. Um, then right after we scored the touchdown, it's like we let the Bucks march straight down the field. and score a touchdown. And there was a play on that final drive for the Bucks that I'm thinking about. That was an important play. What do you remember from that final drive, Cam, for the Bucks?
Aside from the Ibuka touchdown
Yeah, I feel like there was no. Did
and
Ibuka
the
score
pass
the?
and the pass interference.
Yeah, I feel like there was a an important play. That was a third down play, and I feel like Baker did Baker rush for a first down on third down on that drive?
Probably. I want to say he did.
I don't know, I can't remember, but whew, that was that's not the season, but that was a tough one. Because there's certain things you're looking for, right? So the things we looking for is can we get pressure? Can we get pressure when it matters, right? We did get pressure. Whether or not we got pressure when it mattered the most, I was a little shakier.
The
Better
jury's
than
still out
this,
on that.
yeah. I was just about to say better than in the past though. Definitely an
Yeah.
improvement. But if I say that statement in a vacuum, can we get pressure when it matters? I couldn't give you a direct answer. So jury's still out on that. Um a thing that we talked about that we got a firm answer on today that is a little alarming going forward is that we can't run the ball. Um I said I wanted to see and that we could hopefully run the ball. We're missing our best run blocker, one of our best two, but I think Caleb McGarry is probably the best run blocker. Not that Chris Lindstrom isn't a great run blocker. It's just I think if you have to rank him, I think Caleb McGarry is number one. So we're missing our best run block on the O line, and it showed. It showed. We looked pathetic running the ball for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Less
now
than
there was
100
some.
rushing yards.
Yeah, there were more than a few times where I looked at how we ran the ball, um and it honestly for most of the game running the ball was a detriment to the offense.
It
If we
was. It was.
when we ran the ball, it was like all right, next down, no yardage game, or next down now it's third and long instead of second and medium. You know what I'm saying? So that was that was really rough. I think we're gonna have to run the Michael Penix Jr. offense that he ran in Washington. It's gonna have to be a real high volume passing attack because and look, we knew that the Bucks have a good run defense. So I'm not ready to say phone it in on running the ball at all, right? I'm not saying I'm trying not to overreact to just that one game, right? But boy, oh boy. Whoo. Look. I- who's the bad run defense that we play? This what the Panthers aren't matter of fact, aren't the Panthers getting smoked?
I believe they lost to Jacksonville.
Like the one thing we got is that we lost to the Bucks. Um the Panthers and the Saints lost. But we essentially 2 games behind the Bucks right now. But it's first game of the year, so let's not overreact. But um I mean, until we play the Panthers, we're not playing any bad run defenses. You know, so I don't know what the plan is there. Um, how'd you feel about Raheem Morris's clock management?
I thought it was solid. I thought he improved dramatically. He showed that I see where I had some bad clock management last year. He watched some tape and he improved, man. He improved. I thought it was good. He challenged at the right time too. He had some good challenges.
He
He
did.
missed out on the Drake London one, but you know what? I'll take it. He went 2 for 3. You know what? That's pretty solid in my eye. That's pretty solid for me, man. The Drake London one was if you could have won either way with that. I don't blame him for trying again. Especially it was nut cutting time, and it was crunch time. I don't blame him. But overall, I'd say as a team we didn't play bad. We played decent, but it's just our offense looks stale, very stagnant. Like it just wasn't good, man. And I guess our main culprits for today are Zach Robinson and Young Koo.
Yeah, those two really put the game on their back in a bad way. I thought Raheem Morris, as far as managing the game for the team, did a pretty decent job. He managed those, and the main thing he did that I saw that I saw it was a focus for him was he was like, "Hey, I'm not going into the halftime or ending the game with timeout still in my pocket."
Mm-hmm.
That looked like a concerted effort. Good job by him. When we talk about Penix, honestly, I'll say this: Penix was better in the short and intermediate game than he had been most of last year. Right, so there's hope to believe that. All right, Penix might still be our guy. No, I didn't see anything this game that shook me and my faith about Penix. So that was a good thing. Um, I want to see more called plays for Pitts, but I did see Penix going to Pitts more, and I feel like Pitts had some good plays. Like that fourth down, that looked like it was an incomplete pass, and then they reviewed it and saw it reversed it. I was like, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man. This game could have had me so much more energized in this pod, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's not, now you just got to hit a disappointing Quicksilver reaction because it's like, damn, we were right there. Right. And look, there's reason to feel that there's a lot of reason to not lose hope in the season and lose hope for the team. Right. This was a game that, despite all the complaining and all the things that we're down about with this team, most of it is things that they can improve on. Even when we talk about Zach's predictability as offensive coordinator, last year at some points he did improve on that. You know what I'm saying? He would have a game like the Steelers game where he started out that offense flat, but then he would improve on it. And same thing here, you know. And we didn't face a bozo team. We learned some positive things from this game, right? We learned that Elijah Wilkinson can probably be a respectable tackle for you. You know, maybe not necessarily in the run game, but as far as keeping Penix off the ground, he can be respectable. Learned that for the most part, Penix can handle a blitz. You know what I'm saying? Now Zach got to do a better job of getting his receivers open, but Penix can relatively operate with the blitz. We know that Raheem can in fact manage the clock. All right. So we know that, all right, you know, for the most part, in situations where the games are close, you know, Raheem will be able to handle himself. We know that we can get pass rush. We got quite a bit of pass rush this game. Now, they did have some shuffling on their O line. Felt like maybe we should have been able to get more. Um, a lot of our pressure we did get from blitzing because Jeff Ulbrich, he wanted to be aggressive. The defense was aggressive. I liked it for the most part. There were some times where the game was on the line, and I felt like, you know, we buckled a little. But you know what? If you would have told me that the Falcons would give up 23 points against the Bucks in the first game of the year, I would think we could win that game. So it's not all negative. It's just there's certain things that we're dealing with that we thought we wouldn't have to deal with. One primarily being that Koo might be dealing with, you know, some confidence issues as a kicker, and two, that Zach is still dealing with some he's still dealing with some predictability issues. But I guess it's on to the next one. So what? We play Minnesota next week, right?
Yeah, we do. Minnesota prime time next week, Sunday, 8 p.m.
Oof, my done. I'm gonna.
We gotta wait all day for them to shit on us. Can't wait.
Hey, that just means you gotta enjoy your day all day. Make sure you play your fantasy teams right. Um, Let me check my fantasy score. See if I did it right or if I'm choking. Now, last I checked, I was doing pretty good, pretty much about to win, but there's a lot of meat on the bone. As you can know, the games are still yet to be played. How your fantasy teams doing today, Cam?
Honestly, dog, I haven't even looked.
Haven't even looked. Hey, your
I
man said he
haven't
set the
even looked.
lineup.
I
Oof.
haven't. No, I set my lineups. I just haven't even looked.
All right.
I just haven't. Oh my god, it's looking like I might be what 0-2. Let me check my other league.
Oh, you getting beat up, brother?
Oh my god, it's look like I'm about to. It's looking like I'm about to. I'm in. All right, so just I'm in 4 leagues. It's looking like, including the Falcons loss, it's looking like I'm about to be 1-4 for the day.
Oh,
So
man, the Falcons could have made you 2-3 at least.
yeah, so I'm winning in one league, in three other leagues I'm losing, and then the Falcons lost too. So you know what? It's life.
Hey, man.
I don't deserve
Look,
happiness.
we already said it in the last episode. Either we was getting presents or we was doing a bid. All right. So for week one, we in jail this Sunday.
Pop, pop. I'm locked up.
Put the cuffs on them. Cuff them, Lou.
Lock them up, baby.
All right. Well, look, sorry to be so negative this one. It's not all negative. It's just, it's a quick reaction to what we saw today. I felt like there was some positive parts of the game, but it was certain things that I was looking for going into this game that I felt like I didn't get a positive answer for. Cam, you feel the same way?
Yeah, I mean there were some positives, but at the same time, I saw the same old negatives that can lead to
Exactly, pretty
potential
much.
downfall. So at this point, unless the chefs start cooking better dishes, this is what I'm expecting for the rest of the year.
Yeah, pretty much. Now it's not. I don't think it's over, right?
Oh, it's game one. I don't think it's over, but I'm just saying, like,
But
unless the chefs start cooking better dishes, don't expect a better quality dish.
look, the way I'm seeing it, I'm like, hey man, look, I know what I saw last year. I feel like the flaws I saw from last year are showing up this year.
Same, and that's why I said don't expect more because this is what we gonna get.
All righty. Well, week one of our preseason prison. I mean, not preseason,
Yeah, preseason prison.
in season prison now has started.
Yes. Well, in
So
season prison. Yeah.
you know, we got 17 more weeks to go if you count the bye week. Bye week though, I count that as like work release or something though. Furlough.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Your sentence got commuted. Hey, at least it's early. Maybe the Falcons will be able to like get us back on track, and then we'll go ahead and um, you know, be able to be excited going into the bye week. We're getting one early this week, so we'll see. But anything else you want to add before we get out of here, Cam?
I think we have spent enough time this Sunday on the Falcons.
Amen to that, brother. That's the facts. If you're watching this podcast, don't watch it today. Watch it if you're at work, watch it today. But otherwise, man, go ahead, relax. Enjoy your Sunday.